Hi, I'm Christopher Dunnigan. This is HandmadeInVermont.com, and today we're talking about the Shadow Box Extra Tall with Slate Dark Sky Friendly Indoor-Outdoor Wall Sconce. This is the 30-2669. There's a lot to unpack in that title, so let's kind of unpack it little by little. So this is going to be the extra tall version of the Shadow Box, and this is coming in at 45 inches tall. There's also other Shadow Box fixtures. You should check those out too to make sure you get the size that's right for you. Also, this is made with Slate, and if you're familiar with Vermont, there's a whole Slate industry that goes back hundreds of years, and it happens to be where Hubbardton Forge is now. So Castleton, Vermont, which kind of sits on the border of New York State and Vermont on the west side. That's called the Slate Valley, and there's lots of slate quarries that are still operating there. And this slate comes from that section, so it's very cool. So good to see there. It's also, we consider this an indoor-outdoor fixture because even though it's made to the specifications of being an outdoor sconce, it's very rugged, it's made out of aluminum, it has coastal finishes. I think this is so beautiful, this can be used inside as well, so I think you should check that out. Okay, and then the dark sky friendly idea on this, if you're familiar with dark sky compliant, so there's a private corporation called Dark Sky. They're an organization, and they set the terms and the limits of who can use their name for lighting manufacturers on their fixtures. So a couple things about that. One of which, they're going to charge a lighting manufacturer a lot of money to use and license that Dark Sky compliant certificate. So let's start with that. And then the other part about that is Hubbardton Forge makes all of their dark sky friendly fixtures to the exact specifications that Dark Sky compliancy would demand. So it's basically the same thing. They just Hubbardton Forge elected to not having to pay for that certificate, and we can back it up with all the data that you need. So if you are working with an HOA or a municipality, a town, and you're going to go in front of a review board and they're going to ask for a dark sky compliant fixture, we can furnish all the data that'll get you through that. All you have to do is email us. So you're looking at the 30-2669, kind of explain what's going on, and I can get that for you. Okay. Why don't we talk about a couple other things? Why don't we talk about, no, we'll get back to the size of the fixture to begin with. 45 inches tall, as I mentioned before. Width on it is coming in at 13, and projection is only 5.4 inches out from the wall. The mounting height on this, that is going to be, well, the back plate is actually 12.8 by 4.9. It's going to go over your 4-inch junction box. And I want to show you a little bit more information about that. And how we do it is we're going to look at the installations instructions. So if you're on the page for this on Handmade in Vermont, look over that side of the screen. Midway down, you're going to see a link. It's going to say click here for installations instructions PDF. So open that up for me. It's going to show you a full parts list, how everything goes together. There's going to be a clear rain shield, kind of a clear cup that has a glass top that slides over the bulb area to keep the water off it. You'll see that there, but you'll see lots of good drawings and schematic drawings of the inside of this and how it goes on your junction box. So take advantage of that if you can. Why don't we talk about lamping on this so you can get quite a bit of light. You've got two of these sockets. These are medium base sockets. We all grew up with this. Very easy. Just goes in like that. One is going to be facing down, one is going to be facing up, so you're going to get a really nice pool of light on the ground. It's going to wash the wall. If you want to stick with an incandescent, you can still do that. You can do two 60-watt incandescent bulbs in this without any problem. And the recommended bulb size is an A19. This is just a standard size bulb. Again, we all grew up with these things, so it's easy to get. Any place you walk into will have them. Grocery stores, hardware stores, Amazon if you really have to go there, but super easy. If you want to do LED, you can do even better than that light output. These are two LEDs. This is a phosphorus LED. They have the little orange lines inside. This is kind of an old school cob LED that has a frosted diffuser on it. And these I can find easily a 60-watt equivalent LED, a 75 equivalent LED. I have found this at a 100-watt equivalent LED. And don't forget, you've got two of these sockets. So again, you can get quite a bit of light out of these. If you're going to be using this out on your garage, or on your front door, I wouldn't worry about the part about the dimming aspect of the bulb. However, if you're going to be using this on like a covered porch maybe, or on a screened-in porch, or around the deck of your pool, that kind of thing, and you want to kind of bring this down so you can hang out with your friends late into the evening, just make sure the bulb says dimmable. They're also going to offer these bulbs to you in all kinds of different ways, and we talk about it in every video. So 2700 Kelvin, that's going to be a super yellow light. They're also going to offer these to you in something called daylight, and be careful with that one. That one sounds like it should be a warm light like sunlight, but it's not. Daylight is kind of a bluish white light, like a convenience store, overcast day, that kind of idea. That's 4,000, 5,000 Kelvin on that Kelvin scale. What we like to use in our showroom is warm white, soft white. That's the light coming down on this desk right now from these warm white, soft white LEDs above, and these are 3,000 Kelvin. So that's what we like to use here. It has the same nice warmth of an incandescent bulb we all grew up with. And then going back to the dimmer idea, if you are going to be using these with a dimmer, just make sure you tell your installer about that. Hubbardton Forge only uses aircraft-grade aluminum to make their outdoor fixtures. Aluminum holds up the best in incredibly harsh environments. When you're out and you look up in the sky and you see all those jet airliners running around up there, those are all made out of aluminum for a reason. And part of that reason is it holds up great, like I said. It also forges beautifully. It holds finish beautifully. It doesn't rust. Remember that. It's very important. And they're virtually indestructible when they're all finished. So how Hubbardton does it is they take the fixture itself, they're going to wire it up at the top, they're going to put a wire at the bottom, they're going to send a current of electricity that's going to go through this fixture, making it positive, and they put it into a spray booth with a picture of the woman next to me. You can see she's spraying finish around it, and because it's positive, it's going to adhere to every nook, every cranny, the top, the bottom, the whole thing. After that, they're going to take this and they're going to move it into an oven. That oven is going to melt all of that down and create a very hard shell. So it makes it, again, virtually indestructible. So they've also tested these things in these wind chambers. So they take the fixture, all covered in that epoxy powder coat. It's going to go into that chamber. They're going to shoot salty seawater at it at high velocity for hours and hours and hours, just like you were at the beach and you have like a hurricane coming in, which to me is going to be pretty much the worst environment you're going to run into. So after they tested these and found out that they hold up incredibly well, Hubbardton Forge offers basically the best warranty in the lighting industry. And you can see that on the page for this. So if you scroll down a little bit, there's a link, and click on that and it'll show you the entire warranty and how it all works. Okay, showroom. Our showroom in Vermont has over 400 Hubbardton Forge fixtures. This is the biggest showroom in the world of Hubbardton Forge. No other showroom is like this. Hubbardton Forge doesn't even have their own showroom. They use this one. What's on display? We have a great tab on that. And those same red tabs, you're going to see a What's on Display page. So open that up. It's going to show you everything we have on display, and including which finish, which shade, all of those things, and what kind of glass it's on there. We're open every day except Sunday, 11 to 6. I'm here every day except Sunday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern Time. We also have an amazing clearance center. Clearance center stuff is 75% off MSRP. It's returns, discontinued stuff, showroom samples. You have to come here to use it. Can't call us or email us about it, but it's definitely worth coming in to look at if you're in Vermont. Plus, you want to use the showroom anyway because there's just so much great stuff here to see. Our number in Vermont, 802-446-2400. You can email us 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. Love to answer emails, and it's sales@HandmadeInVermont.com. So when you order from HandmadeInVermont.com, shipping is going to be free to every state except Alaska and Hawaii. No tax if we ship out of the state of Vermont. And we're the only dealer with 90-day returns, no restocking fee. Nobody else does that. Some larger items are going to be non-returnable. It's going to be really important that you are looking at the fixture on that page and kind of scroll down under the description. It'll tell you if that is the case. And that's usually for really big, giant, huge fixtures, mostly that go out on pallets. Okay, that's it. Rush program. Let's talk about that. So rush program, Hubbardton Forge generally takes about 3 to 4 weeks to go out the door. That's production time before your transit time. You always have to add that on too. We offer a rush program that takes you from that 3 to 4 weeks down to a little under 2 weeks. It's a very small addition per line item. So if you have like 1, 2, 3 items, like let's say 3 or 4 outdoor sconces, and they're all the same size and they're all the same finish, that's one line item. So it's very inexpensive to rush those kind of things. Don't be afraid to email us and ask about that. Okay, so that's really it. If you guys have any other questions, let us know. We would love to see you in our showroom sometime. And thanks for stopping in.